Welcome to Crypto for the Rest of Us. That's what I call it. Every day, excluding Sunday, I bring a tip, tool, or coin analysis. Today is going to be fast. We're going to talk about Solana, and we're going to basically jump right into a price prediction. Unfortunately, my son, one of my boys, had surgery. He's fine, but he's really not able to eat, so we're going to shove everything in a blender. That's going to be fun. So first off, Solana. Many of you are familiar with it. Here's the chart going back to the last time we had a nice bull run, peaking up here around, I can't see at the moment, but that's well over, is it close to 300? And it looks like for the most part, if you look here, we're sort of just in a sideways consolidation, much like Bitcoin. Okay, here's what we're going to talk about. Just recently, you may have seen this firm, VanEck, files for a Solana ETF. What I didn't know when I was reading this article is that they were the first to file for an Ethereum ETF. Now, what's important about this is it's a spot ETF. Essentially, the spot ETFs are important because what it means is that every dollar that goes in, a dollar of that asset has to be bought. So that's why the Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETFs, were so important, because every time a dollar goes in, they got to buy a dollar of Bitcoin. Now, the Ethereum ones are coming. They've been filed for quite a while. It looks like the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, whatever the guy's name is, he said in front of Congress that yes, the Ethereum spot ETFs have been approved. They're just dotting some I's and crossing some T's. Let's assume that that's going to happen. Okay, that's important because it's one for one. Now, sometimes there's a small disparity, but usually that's because of the fees, but the fees are very low. Now, if you look at market cap wise, because I was thinking, why Solana? Why is Solana the next ETF? Well, this is Bitcoin highest market cap, as you know, spot ETFs. Ethereum, and they're trading now. This is June of 24. Ethereum spot ETFs, well, they're about essentially right around the corner, maybe a month or two, and they'll be available. We've got Tether as number 3 market cap, but that's a stable coin, so not going to happen. Then you've got BNB. It's an exchange. I don't think that's going to happen. Then we've got Solana market cap wise would be the next one in line. Not necessarily why they picked that one. I think there's a lot of reasons. The network, and they believe it's a huge competitor to Ethereum. Some people would say it's better, faster, whatever, but I'm not sure why it's the next one. There may just be that there are also a lot of investors, seed investors, that sort of thing, that are in, and they want this to be pushed. I'm not sure. Who cares? I like Solana. Most importantly, I want to show you VanEck was the one that filed for the ETF. Let's assume it's going to go through. And full disclosure, I own Solana. I've owned it for a long time. I took some profits recently when it shot up. I didn't sell it all. I sold some. That's what I usually do. I kept some. And just recently, this week, I bought back in a bunch more of Solana because of these ETFs and the fact that they've got this new upgrade coming out. I'm going to put a link to this. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it is a great read. I've got to say, this VanEck company, investment firm, did an incredible in-depth analysis of Solana. You can see here, this goes through what's in this document. I'm just going to scroll down to show you. This is insane. This is interesting when they talk about the throughput and they're comparing it. Look at the throughput of the Fire Dancer upgrade, which as of the filming of this hasn't come out yet, but just regular Solana and how it's dwarfing even Ethereum 2.0. They've got Celestia here, Polygon, and they have some comparisons, and they go into a lot of detail about Solana. It's worth reading. If you want to invest in something, I really believe you need to understand why to get excited about it, because it's also going to help you when you truly understand how it works, determine when you want to sell. Oftentimes there are many factors to sell. There's technical analysis, there's just the market in general, but of course there's other things like competitors. And if you know what Solana's positives are and where they shine, and then you see a bunch of competitors coming along, beating them in those areas, I'm not saying that's the case, but then you might want to think, oh, okay, well, someone's coming and they're kicking their butt, so maybe I ought to get out of here. This is what I wanted to show you. Again, we're going to make this short and sweet. This is amazing. This was in October of 2023, I believe, when they wrote this. So this was like 9 months ago. They have their base case of the Solana valuation scenarios overview by 2030. Now, of course, everyone always likes to push their predictions out. Nothing against them. Everyone does it because they're like, well, no one's going to remember I made this crazy prediction, so if it doesn't come true, who cares? It's 2030. But what's interesting is they've got a base case, a bear case, and a bull case. And then they have these different scenarios. And they take into account a lot of different variables. But look at the value per token by 2030. Put my glasses on for this. Base case, $335. Okay. So they're saying that between now and then, that's 6 years. And if you bought it around 150 right now, if you look at the chart, I believe it's around 150. I had that up here as 142. Let's just say 150. So their base case is, hey, you can double your money in 6 years. Well, in my mind, I always keep this one thing, this one formula, and that is at 10%, you double your money every 7 years. Okay, I always think about that. It's kind of like my little rule of thumb. So this would be a little more than doubling your money in 6 years. So it's kind of like having your money in an asset that goes 10% per year. So this base case that they have, it's not very exciting to me. They have a bear case. Bear case, they're looking at $10. Now, of course, bear case is interesting because if you assume the market continues to follow the bear and bull market cycle, well, yeah, in a bear market, it may drop to that. I think that would be surprising. But here's what I think is interesting. Their bull market case is 32.11. All right, so that is 20 times the current price. So if, being a non-pessimist, being an optimist, I were to wipe out the bear case and I say, I'll be smart enough to sell in a bull market, then we're looking at somewhere between twice your money and 20 times your money. Solana, having the market cap that it does, I like it. I bought it. How long am I going to keep it? I don't know. But I greatly recommend you read and understand everything about it. This goes on and on. The analysis is phenomenal. It's a typical analysis that you would normally do on a company, and they're applying it to crypto. I love it because that's my approach. So I've read through this. I suggest you do as well. Have a great day. I think this bull and bear market case says that, in my opinion, you've got so many tokens that you just don't know how they're going to do over time. This is one of those that I think the market cap's large. It's a large market cap crypto. So obviously the chances of it 20xing, who knows? But I think that, to me, I put Solana in my category of low risk, decent reward. Okay, higher risk, higher reward, but this is one of those that I think I'm not too worried about. Anyway, have a great day. I hope this was helpful. Do take a look at this. I'll put the link in the description. Let's make generational wealth together with crypto. Have a wonderful day.